Do you remember how amazing it felt to wake up every morning next to the man of your dreams, knowing there was no one else in the world he'd rather be with? Wouldn't you be willing to do almost anything to get that feeling back? I'm Brad Browning, and in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to reveal 3 covert psychological tactics that will make him fall deeply in love with you again, even if he completely ignores you now and swore on his life that he'd never get back together with you. Once you learn how easy it is to use these techniques on him, you'll be able to rewire his feelings and reignite his passion for you. You'll be able to plant a seed of devotion deep in your ex's mind, creating a sense of intense desire for you and only you. He'll be compelled to call you, text you nonstop, and beg to be with you again, thinking it was his idea in the first place. And if you accept his apologies and agree to give him another shot, it'll be a matter of minutes before he's wrapping his arms around you, ready to commit like he never was before. And this time, you and your boyfriend can get it right from the beginning. This time you can finally feel like a real couple without the fighting and jealousy that plagued your old relationship. You can build a deep, devoted bond with this man and make sure this is the last breakup you'll ever have to endure. This might sound impossible to you right now, but I promise that if you follow my advice and do exactly as I say, you'll be amazed at how quickly he becomes obsessed with the idea of being with you. And he'll be whispering in your ear those words you thought he'd never say again. I miss you, I need you, I can't live without you. Now I have to warn you, you only have a limited window of opportunity to apply what I'm about to teach you. And the sooner you apply my techniques, the better. So pay close attention to this presentation because this may be the most important 10 minutes of your life. I don't know exactly how your breakup went down, but I'm guessing it was similar to what happened with my friend Sarah. Sarah thought that she had found the one, the perfect man, the father of her children. For 5 years, she saw herself clear as day, going down this road of happiness, one foot after the other, feeling so relieved that she'd finally found the man she'd been dreaming of her entire life. Then, one day, she walked in the door, her eyes lit up with excitement, thinking, more than anything, that he was going to propose. But instead, he looked at her with a cold, determined look, and then he said it. I don't love you. I'm not sure I ever did. I can't be here anymore. With just one sentence, Sarah's world came crashing down on top of her. Can you forgive her for throwing a vase across the room? I certainly can. An overwhelming sense of anxiety welled up inside her, a sickening feeling of panic that she could barely control. At first, Sarah couldn't believe it. She wouldn't accept it. But the icy look in his eye confirmed that this was real, that he really was breaking up with her. It was over. 5 of her best years wasted. No matter how much she begged, how much she pleaded with him, or how many times she apologized and promised she'd change, it made no difference aside from making her look pathetic. She felt like she was banging her head against a wall. In the weeks that followed, Sarah spent nights lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering what she could have done or said differently. She sent him long, rambling emails and text messages. For weeks on end, she waited hours staring at her cell phone, praying that it would eventually vibrate with the arrival of a text message or phone call from her ex. Worst of all, she thought to herself, maybe I'm just not beautiful enough for him anymore. She had put on a few pounds since they first met. Or maybe it was something else. I'm not getting any younger, she admitted to herself. In the weeks that passed, the recurring image of her man whispering, I love you to the beautiful blonde from the office made Sarah's stomach instantly tighten up into a lead ball. And no matter how hard she tried, it haunted her day and night. At this point, just like Sarah, you probably can't stop wondering, what happened? What did I do to make him fall out of love with me? And what can I do to get him to come back to me? The answer to that question is actually dead simple. You need to use the covert psychology techniques I'm about to describe to you. Simple tactics designed to wipe your ex's negative memories and replace them with intense feelings of nostalgia. Just by saying a few simple sentences, you'll be able to rewind the clock and bring back the man who wanted to spend every waking minute with you. The man who couldn't make it through half a day without calling or texting you. Who'd hold you when you were lonely and stayed by your side even when you were at your worst. When this man finally wraps his arms around you, you'll feel safe and secure knowing that you'll never ever lose him again. Look, I know this probably sounds pretty far-fetched from where you're sitting right now. But here's the thing. As soon as you learn how to bypass your ex-boyfriend's rational side, you can manipulate him to the point where he does a 180-degree turn and won't stop chasing you until he's got you into his arms, eager to spend a lifetime together. He'll be steaming mad at himself for not appreciating you more when you were still a couple, for foolishly thinking life could be better without you. You see, men are actually a lot more emotionally driven than you think, and you can use his emotions to gain an unfair advantage. So far, you've only been talking to the left side of his brain, the rational, logical side. But no amount of logic and reasoning is going to compel your boyfriend to fall in love with you again. What you actually need to do is engage with the emotional center of his brain, the right side of his brain, because this is where those emotional hot buttons are located. And pushing these emotional hot buttons will literally render your ex powerless, and he'll be forced to respond. And because this happens on a subconscious level, he won't be able to fight his feelings for you. And the key to engaging with the emotional center of his brain is a little thing called oxytocin, a natural hormone produced in the brain's hypothalamus that generates intense emotions like love, passion, and sexual desire. I'll teach you key phrases that you can say to him right now that will make his brain produce wave upon wave of oxytocin. Eventually, he'll cave into his desires regardless of what he knows is the right thing to do. That's the real beauty of my methods and the secret sauce to my program. I'll show you how to breeze straight past his warning systems and natural urges to resist your advances. He'll be pinning you against your bedroom wall, gazing at you with that look he used to give you, and kissing you like you're the last girl he'll ever kiss. Before I tell you how to turn this into a reality for you, you need to understand 3 critical facts that most women will never know about breakups. Fact number 1, your ex lied to you. After a breakup, men usually say things like, I just need some time alone, or I'm just not ready for a serious relationship right now. But these lies just act as a cover for the real reason why he broke up with you. You need to decode the male psyche and cut past the deception to reveal the primal emotional reason why your relationship ended, and fix it before it's too late. Fact number 2, you're going to have to accept that your old relationship is gone and you can't have it back. And that's actually a good thing, because your old relationship was destined to fail anyway. After all, if your relationship was going so well, then why did you break up? What you need to do is start a new relationship, a relationship that's healthy, devoted, one that will stand the test of time, making this the last breakup you'll ever have to suffer through. Fact number 3, in order to win back your ex-boyfriend and establish a new, healthy relationship, you need to erase all the negative memories and thoughts he has of you, and replace them with positive ones. You need to tap into his primal masculine feelings and plant the seeds of passion, romance, and sexuality so that he can't imagine himself with anyone else. These facts are important because they're the foundation of my system. Remember the covert psychology tactics I talked about at the beginning of this video? I call this 3-step process my 3R system: recovery, rekindling, and reattraction. In the recovery phase, I'll teach you how to remold your ex's mental image of you. Without any real work on your part, you'll feed him a constant stream of vivid, passionate, positive memories and force him to relive them again and again. You'll suppress his negative memories and make him focus on the intimate experiences he enjoyed when your relationship was still in that magical phase. If employed correctly, he'll be highly susceptible to the covert psychological attacks that you'll execute next. This form of psychological inception will turn the situation upside down, stirring up strong feelings of self-doubt in your ex's mind and causing him to second-guess the decision to break up. In the rekindling phase, you'll learn exactly what to say to open a line of direct communication to his brain's emotional center. If you do this correctly, you'll be able to plant a seed of desire deep inside his mind, so powerful he'll feel that he needs to talk to you, to be around you. And finally, in the reattraction phase, you'll be the one in total control. You'll give him the opportunity to act on the emotions and urges you've created in the first 2 phases. I'll show you a few simple seduction techniques that will help seal the deal and put him on lockdown. When he thinks about his future, he'll envision you by his side, and he'll be fighting tooth and nail to make this a reality. All you have to do is say yes. So you're probably thinking now, okay, Brad, these tactics are extremely powerful and I get that, but how do I get started? Allow me to introduce what I've been working on like crazy for the past 4 years. I call this simple step-by-step system the X Factor Guide. This is a system that I've poured my blood, sweat, and tears into that teaches women exactly what to do, leaving no stone unturned. This comprehensive system is my pride and joy. It's an idiot-proof program that I've been tweaking and perfecting constantly. Now, this isn't rocket science, but what I can tell you for certain is that you definitely haven't read or heard much of the stuff that I reveal in my program. Sure, maybe you've seen some of my tips regurgitated elsewhere on the internet, but most of it will be new to you. Here's a few examples. The 4-sentence clean slate email template you can copy and paste and send to your ex-boyfriend right now that will help undo any damage you've already done since the breakup. How simply not contacting your ex, like many people suggest, is totally useless and guaranteed to fail unless you first set the stage by using my magnetic attraction technique. How memorizing 3 simple sentences will prepare you to take advantage of any encounter with your ex, ensuring you'll never be caught off guard or left wondering what to say. How trying to make your ex jealous is incredibly risky and likely to backfire unless you use my foolproof covert jealousy tactic. The 3 simple text messages that you can send to him right now that will tell him exactly how you feel without making you look needy and without revealing your true intentions. Do this right, and he'll feel an overbearing sense of regret. Why you should almost never say sorry to your ex, even if you think you've done something wrong. How saying my 6 magic words will make him stop fantasizing about any other women and ignite his primal desire to satisfy only you. Why all men possess masculine instincts that drive them to seek commitment the same way that women do, and how to use this instinct to make him see you as wife material. How to create a sense of mystery that will spark your ex's curiosity to the point where he feels compelled to reach out and contact you, even if he promised himself he wouldn't. Why your ex's friends are one of the best tools you have at your disposal, and how you can get them on your side without your ex ever finding out. As I already mentioned, all this stuff has been proven effective by the thousands of women I've worked with over the past few years. Take Danielle Walker, for example. Danielle started using my system a month ago, and last weekend she emailed me this update. Hi Brad, I just wanted to email to say that I can't believe it worked. I'll admit, when I first watched your video, I thought it was just too good to be true, and I really thought that I had no chance. My boyfriend had broken up with me about 6.5 months ago, and despite my best efforts to win him back into my life, he continued ignoring me and was acting really distant. It was so hard for me to cope that I decided to seek help, and that's when I discovered your site and decided to try your program. Well, just 3 days after I started using your stuff, my boyfriend began sending me cute messages. I think he was quite moved by what I was saying to him. And then, out of the blue, a week later, he actually asked me out for a drink to talk things over. The rest is history, and I couldn't have done it without your guidance. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. I love hearing stories like Danielle's, and thankfully I do get emails like that regularly from women who have used the X Factor system. Now, things don't always turn around as quickly as they did for Danielle, but if you follow my advice to the letter like she did, the end result is usually the same. Here's another voicemail I received last week from Patricia. I'd actually never talked to Patricia before she called and left this message, but as you'll hear, she started following the 3R system about 6 weeks ago and seems pretty happy with how things panned out.
Hey Brad, my name is Patricia. I'm calling from LA. You may remember me, I emailed you a few months back. Anyway, I was just calling to personally thank you so much for the program. I was so skeptical when I ordered the program. My boyfriend and I, we had been broken up for months, and we lived in different cities, and I just thought there wasn't really going to be any hope. But after just 2 weeks, my boyfriend began telling me how much he really missed me. It was nice to actually tell him how much he meant to me. Anyways, your system worked, Brad. It worked, and I'm not sure I'll ever be able to repay you enough. So thanks again so much. Bye for now.
Am I absolutely certain that my system will instantly solve all your problems? Of course not. But I do know that grabbing a copy of my program will dramatically improve your odds and give you a legitimate shot at waking up next to him every morning. Listen, I know there are other similar programs out there, and some of them are okay, but there's really no other system in the world like this. I know for a fact that none of the other Get Your Ex Back guides are based on the sort of proven research and relationship science that mine is. I've done my homework. Maybe that makes me a huge geek, but I'm okay with that if it means that the program is ridiculously effective. And let me ask you, if your ex walked up to you right now and said that he'd be willing to get back together with you, that your relationship would be stronger than ever, but said that it would cost you a bucket full of cash, how much would you be willing to fork over? $500, $1,000, $10,000? Surely if he's the one, then you'd run to the nearest bank and withdraw your life savings, right? Don't worry, I'm not going to ask for your life savings. Hell, I'm not even going to ask you for $200. But ask yourself, do you really love this guy? Do you really want to get your ex back? Is he the one? If the answer to those questions is yes, if this is the man you want to be in that rocking chair beside you 50 years down the road, then it shouldn't matter what the price is, because you really can't let him get away no matter how much it costs. Do you know how rare it is to find somebody who melts your heart the way that he does? Do you know how unlikely it is that you'll ever find a man like that again, ever? A few years from now, looking back, you might be willing to pay thousands of dollars for one more chance to get him back into your life. And there's nothing worse than constantly wondering, what if? wondering if you could have done or said something that would have made him come running back to you, eager to spend a lifetime together. Normally, my system sells for $344, and I've had hundreds of ladies say that it was worth every penny. But like I said, I really want you to see for yourself how well it works, and I don't want the cost to prevent you from trying it out. Several people said I was crazy to offer the program at $129, and I told them that was still too expensive for some people. So for a limited time, I've decided to offer the entire X Factor program, everything you see here, for just $47. Yes, that's a one-time payment of $47 in exchange for a proven system that's helped thousands of women from around the world get exactly what they're looking for. A second chance with the man of their dreams. The entire system, everything you need to start winning him back, is available immediately after you sign up. There's no shipping fees and no waiting around for the mailman to deliver a package. Just download the program and get going now, even if it's 2 a.m. and you're in your pajamas. Look, I know that despite everything I've said in this video so far, you may still be skeptical. And fair enough, there is a lot of garbage for sale on the internet these days. But to prove to you that I'm not a fraud and that this program really does work extremely well, I'm going to guarantee your success. Here's the deal. You sign up for my program, read it cover to cover, and apply the step-by-step strategies I've laid out. If, after reading the book and following my advice, he's somehow not begging for you to take him back, if he's not ripping your clothes off and giving you the best sex of your life, if your love isn't the strongest it's ever been, I'll give you 100% of your money back, no questions asked. And don't worry about rushing the process either. You've got a full 2 months to apply my techniques and build a new life with your man. That's right, for a full 60 days after you sign up for my program, you can click your mouse a few times and get a 100% refund. And if you act now, you'll also be getting the audio version of my program at no additional cost. That means you'll be able to upload my training course on your iPod or your phone so you can learn my techniques at the gym or on the go. Not only that, but I'm also going to throw in 2 additional bonuses at no extra cost. The first bonus is my Make Him Fall in Love Again video series. In this comprehensive video series, you'll learn exercises that will mentally prepare you for any encounter with your ex. I know I've talked a lot about rewiring your ex's mind, but sometimes in order to do that, you need to rewire your mind too. This video series will show you a few simple neuro-linguistic exercises that will shift the way you fundamentally feel about your situation. See, I just know that sometimes you miss your ex so much that it can become almost unbearable. But if you do these exercises, you'll find that the pain in your chest will start to fade, and you'll finally be able to live your life without that depression that can sometimes be so debilitating. And order now, and you'll also be receiving Sean Nalawani's Simple Steps to Sex Appeal. I want you to picture something for a second. I want you to envision your ex-boyfriend walking into the room you're sitting in right now. He looks at you, his eyes widen, his pupils dilate, and you can tell that he's more aroused than you've seen him for years. He's blown away by how incredible you look, and how much you've changed since he last laid eyes on you. This situation can be a reality for you if you follow the No BS fitness program in the Simple Steps to Sex Appeal bonus that I've included at no extra charge. This bonus book, written by world-renowned fitness guru Sean Nalawani, gives you a step-by-step plan to lose weight and sculpt a fit, sexy physique that will blow your ex's mind the next time you see him. By themselves, these bonuses are worth more than $200, but today they're free when you sign up for the X Factor Guide. And all you have to do to get started is enter your email address in the box right below and press the big yellow button. Don't worry, when you click the button, you'll see a summary of the program costs and what you'll be receiving for your $47, plus info on my 60-day money-back guarantee. And from there, you'll literally be 2 minutes away from accessing the entire program. Oh, and one other thing you may be wondering about. I know a lot of people hate giving their credit card information over the internet. I totally get that, and I'm the same way. But with ClickBank, you never have to worry about privacy or security. Thanks to ClickBank's payment processing system, I'll never see your credit card details. Your purchase will be secured using the most advanced encryption technology that money can buy. That also means that if you're worried that I may not honor my 60-day money-back guarantee, ClickBank has your back and will always be there to process the refund. A lot of people ask me, if this program works as well as you say it does, then why are you only charging $47? Well, there's a simple reason for that. I'm trying to sell as many copies as I can this month to get some extra exposure and collect a bunch of new customer testimonials. The price will be going up by quite a significant amount in the next week or two, so if you're on the fence about signing up, then I strongly urge you to do it today before I raise the price. And don't forget, with my 100% money-back guarantee, you can always buy now at the reduced price and then email me later for a refund if you aren't totally thrilled with the program. So there's no risk and you're getting a serious discount. What are you waiting for? Enter your email address below and click the big yellow button to get started today if you want to be my next success story. At this point, the way I see it, you really just have two options. Option one, you leave this website and you think about it. But like I said at the beginning of this video, you only have a limited window of opportunity to apply my psychological techniques. The longer that you wait, the more likely it is that you'll push your ex-boyfriend into the arms of another woman, and he'll be gone forever. And if there's anything else I can guarantee, it's that this will happen eventually if you don't do something about it today. And then there's option two. You click the big yellow button below and take me up on my risk-free offer. You'll be literally 3 minutes away from planting the seeds of attraction inside your ex's mind, and you'll gain an unfair advantage over every other woman that's trying to steal him out from under you. And again, you're backed by my ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's literally no risk on your part. All you have to do to get started is enter your email address below and click the big yellow button. You can start learning exactly what to say and do to your man to make him infatuated with you again, obsessed with you again. You'll finally be able to feel the way that only he can make you feel by using my patented 3R system. You'll flood his entire body with lust and adoration just by saying a few lines. And I can't even begin to tell you how successful this program has been for other women all around the world. Please be another one of my success stories. Now, all you have to do is enter your email address and click the yellow button below this video. Don't waste another second. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that your ex-boyfriend could be falling for another girl. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh, but deep down you know it's the truth. He's not going to be single forever. And when he does fall for another woman, what then? At that point, your window of opportunity closes rapidly. So the sooner you try the X Factor guide, the better. Don't take that risk and just click the yellow button below right now. I've poured years and years of research into this system, and I want you to try it now. I promise you won't regret it. Thank you. Still here? Here are some of the most common questions I get asked about my program. What happens if I decide the program isn't for me and I want to take you up on your 100% money back guarantee? Like I said, getting a refund is easy. All you have to do is email me at brad@xfactorguide.com and provide me with your ClickBank receipt number. Then I'll process your refund through ClickBank. Simple. Even in the extreme unlikely event you can't get a hold of me to process your refund, ClickBank has your back and you can contact them directly to get your refund. My ex and I broke it up more than a year ago. Will this work for me? A lot of my clients ask whether it's possible for them to get their ex back when it's been months or even a year since their breakup. Again, I have to be honest and tell you that the longer you wait, the less likely you are to get back together with your ex. However, in some cases, a long period of time between breakups may actually be a good thing. And again, this all depends on your situation and all your concerns will be addressed in my program. My ex and I live in different cities. Will the X Factor guide work for me? Again, I have to be honest and say that for most long-distance situations, getting back together with your ex can be much more difficult. However, if you stick to the material that I outline in my program, you are guaranteed to have the best chance possible of regaining the love of your life. In fact, there are sections in the book that cover things you should be doing if your ex lives far away from you. What if I still live with my ex? What if I see them every day at work or school? The vast majority of my program will still apply to you, and at certain situations throughout the program, I mention how to adapt a particular technique or strategy to situations where you still see your ex regularly. Now, there are actually some advantages to living or regularly interacting with your ex after the breakup, and you'll learn more about that in the program. When will I receive my product? Once you click the big yellow button below, you're literally less than 5 minutes from accessing the entire X Factor Guide program, which means you can start the process of winning back your ex in just a few minutes from now. Brad, how do you know so much about breakups? Are you really an expert? People often ask me things like, how do you know so much about reversing breakups? And where did you learn this stuff? Now, I'd love to tell you a story about how I traveled to Tibet where a Buddhist monk revealed an ancient secret, but frankly, the truth is not nearly that interesting, and it definitely doesn't involve any Buddhist monks. First of all, I'm a psychology geek, and I studied both social psychology and relationship dynamics in university. So I already knew a fair bit about romantic relationships, human behavior, and what makes people tick. And as I mentioned, I've been a relationship coach for a decade or so, focusing mainly on breakups. After a few years working day in and day out with people experiencing the hellish days and weeks after a tough breakup, my office began to fill up with client files. One day, I decided to embark on an ambitious project to analyze each client's file, writing down key points about what happened and whether or not the client was able to win back their ex. After many painfully boring hours plotting data in spreadsheets, I began to see some trends appear. My clients who were able to save their relationship and start fresh with their ex did and said certain things that the unsuccessful clients didn't. With thousands of client files providing the data, it wasn't hard to figure out what was working and what was leading to disaster. This formed the basis of my strategies, and I've since worked with psychologists and other people that are a lot smarter than I am to fine-tune them and develop a foolproof step-by-step system. I'm continuing to learn every day, and I'm sure there's plenty more I still have yet to discover, but by now I'm fairly confident that my strategies offer the simplest, most effective road to reversing a breakup and rebuilding a relationship that's oozing with genuine passion and a deep romantic connection. Do you offer personal coaching? I no longer offer Skype or phone coaching. However, if you sign up for my program right now, you'll receive an offer for personal email coaching. For more information, buy the book and you'll immediately be brought to a page containing information about how to get personalized, tailored advice. How do I view the product and will it work for Mac, PC, iOS, Android? My program is fully compatible with all devices. All the ebooks in my program are in PDF format and can be read on any device. The audio version of the program is in MP3 format and is also compatible with all devices. Still not convinced? Here are a few more testimonials. These are just a handful of ones that I get every single day. Jesus Sanchez from Reno, Nevada says, "Okay guys, let me just say that Brad Browning is an effing genius. His book basically saved my relationship, and it only took like 2 weeks. If you're considering buying Brad's book, here's my advice. Do it." Ashley Chu from Ann Arbor, Michigan says, "To everyone who is thinking about buying Brad's program, do it. It's worth every penny. His book and personal email help were absolutely critical to getting my boyfriend to overcome his commitment issues. Highly recommended." And Quint from Plymouth, UK says, "What's up, Brad? Just wanted to send you my testimonial since your program worked so well. Don't think I could have gotten back together with my ex if I hadn't signed up to your program. Absolutely awesome stuff. Thanks a lot, man. I guess I owe you a beer." Emma S. from Austin, Texas says, "Brad, I literally cannot believe how well the magic texts worked when I sent them to my ex-boyfriend. He called me right after that, and after only a couple weeks, we're already pretty much back together. It all began with your text messaging ideas. You rock." Rohit Bhatti from India says, "Hi Brad, here's a testimonial for you, because your emails and book were the reason my ex is back in my arms again. So thank you for all your help and advices. I'm so happy now to have her back with me. Wish you all the best and thanks again." Joanna Eriksson from Sweden says, "Brad, your advice literally turned my situation upside down. I was really messing things up with my ex-husband David before I took the plunge and bought your book and started following your advice. Thanks so much for writing it." What else do I need to know? Nothing. You just need to enter your email address in the box below and click the big yellow button to start the process of winning back your ex. If you still have questions about my program or your specific situation, feel free to email me. My address is brad@bradbrowning.com. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching this video and all the best. See you on the other side. Bye for now.